Hello, strong people. Week 5, day 1 of Iron Grizzly Classic Prep. It's press day, probably my favorite press day of the prep, and that's just because it's a comp run. Technically 2 comp runs, so I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to work it. I know for sure one set is going to be a full comp run with 350 at the end of it. So the ladder itself is 270, 290, if I haven't, I should probably mention this. If you've not been following, the event that I'm doing is a log ladder or a trump log for reps. So the ladder itself is 270, 290, 310, 330. So, and then the 350 it's on its own. So if you do the 350, you get a rep. The ladder doesn't matter. So it's one or the other. I don't want to do the 350. I'd rather do the ladder because it's more fun. But the way I'm going to train it today, I'm going to do a set 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, include 350 in the ladder. And then it's 2 sets. So I asked my coach, but I may do this anyway. Just see what he thinks. Oh, he actually just responded right this second. Thumbs up, it looks like. So I'm going to do a set full run, 270 through 350. And then I'm going to do just set it just 350 because that's the log of, that's the trump weight. So if I have to do that for reps, I will. So I'm going to do a set at that at least. I probably won't get many, like 3 maybe. It's really hard to say for sure. I haven't done something that heavy for reps. No, that's not even true. I did OSG and it was 380 for reps. I only got 2 though. So I don't know. But either way, I got to figure out. Doing stuff like this by yourself is kind of tough. This is where some intricate events get a little bit tricky training alone. So in between each set or each rep on log, after 270, I got to put 10s on each side, get to 290, do a rep, put 10s on, 310, put 10s on, 330, put 10s on. I actually don't even have enough 10s, I don't think. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have to throw on like 2 sets of 5s on each side or something. So I've done this before, but it's been a little while since I've had a log ladder. Like 3 years or something, 4 years. I don't know. Either way, we got to figure it out. So let's get warmed up and see what happens. All right, so normally I would wait till after my other top set, wait till I'm done with my working sets to check in, but I need a second after that one anyway. So that was pretty good. It felt slow, which it was in my opinion. I could do that run. 20 seconds, that might be pushing it. Not including the 350. Just 270 to 330. I could do that in 20 to 25 seconds, I think. I don't really know. It's tough to judge whenever I have to load each one. So the loading part wasn't as bad as I thought. I set them up perfectly. I also just happened to have like the perfect amount of plates to make it happen the way I wanted it to. So the only thing I wasn't really the tricky part whenever it comes to this doing a log ladder, you can't use clips really unless you're super fast with them. But to me, it's more annoying than anything. So to save time, I just went without clips. So you run the risk, and then of course, whenever you stack weights that far out on a thin collar, you get close to the end there. If you're off a little bit, it could slide off. So there's not a whole lot of left and right leeway there. You got to be ready to go. So that was good. Yeah, I was pretty impressed with myself that I was able to do all that. I'm not talking about the 350. Like, yeah, it's cool. I did that at the end too, but doing the full comp run up to 330, still in the minute time. So I really didn't think I didn't really have that as a goal. I was just like, let's just do this smooth. And I did the full, whatever, what is it? 4 logs? Yeah, 4 logs in a minute. So yes, it's slow. I don't like that as much. I would prefer to just go. I don't like the stop in between, but I don't have much of a choice. So I think whenever there's no groove. You can't get into a groove doing that. So at least I don't think I can. If I trained it enough, I could probably, but I would rather just bang out the reps. You get the rhythm, the breathing, the right. Everything feels good. The time I did this, the last time I did a log ladder, I had friends that were loading it for me. And that went great. I don't remember how fast I did the log ladder. That was a very light log ladder. It was like 220, 240, 260, 280. Maybe one more log. It was 280 is what it ended in, so it was light. This one's starting at 270, so I like it. Vipering that 350 wasn't going to happen after 4 other logs. I actually didn't realize I kind of lost track of where I was at because, it was just load, press. So I didn't actually know that 330 was what I was pressing until like after I did it. Yeah, I don't know much else to say other than that was pretty good. The Vipers were very smooth. There was a little, I was a little bit concerned going from vipering to push press like that, because sometimes if you're, in that motion of vipering or strict pressing, whichever one, and then you switch to a different one, mid, event, mid, whatever, it can mess with you. Fortunately, that felt pretty good the whole way through. Not much really to complain about. So 350 is, I also took 300 as my last warm-up before this, so I don't think I would change that. Yeah, I'd probably keep that the same. So what I'm going to do now is it's already at 350, obviously, because I have everything loaded. So I'm going to get ready, do a set. I think my coach said 1 shy of failure on this, so I don't know. I don't really know what to think. So it feels good today. I feel very good today, but I don't want to jinx that. So let's just throw some collars on this. That way we don't lose anything, and then bang out one more set and move on to some accessories, which I don't think are going to be that crazy. Usually this close to a show, it's more about the top set, comp runs, all that stuff, and then the back downs, working sets. Accessories are not that they're not important, it's just they're not as high rep, not to beat you up as much, it seems like. So I'm ready. Let's do another set. Oh, oh God. So that went really well. My hips, the clean was pretty slow on all of those, which kind of to be expected after a Viper set, because in those, when I Viper, I'm really trying to throw my hips through. Like, I am trying to use my hips to press that weight overhead. So cleans on the 350 were a little bit slow, but not bad. Leg drive feels really good, very good. I honestly attribute that to me focusing more on quad power in my squats. Like toes pointed forward, mostly forward. Olympic shoes, letting my knees travel forward instead of sitting my hips back, and really trying to drive through the toes into the quads. Absolutely, without a doubt, that's what's helping me. I am so sure of that. So that's pretty cool. I definitely cut it short. I felt like I could have pressed that a couple more times, honestly, but I kind of had a headache off and on today. I didn't sleep as well last night. Like, I didn't sleep as long as I probably could have. So, not ideal, but I feel, besides that, everything else feels great. Just a little bit pressure in my head. And as you're pressing 350 pounds overhead repeatedly, the pressure builds a little bit. So when I was done with that set, my head was more pounding than I was out of breath or anything. That actually felt pretty dang easy. It might not have looked that easy on the third rep, but it moved. Well, it didn't really move that well, but overall feel felt very good. Felt like I could have had, 2 more reps pretty easily, which is pretty crazy because 345 I did for 5 at Nationals last time I went, and that won the event. So I feel like I could have just done 350 there for, if I really went for it, 5-6 reps. Like today is the best I have felt on log in Olympic City prep over a year ago. It's got to be. I mean, it felt good, felt strong, but yeah, I'm super happy with that. So on to the next thing. I think it's football bar press out. So I like them. Let's go build that lockout power. I just remembered I forgot to look and see how many reps I'm actually supposed to do. I think it's 6. I'm going to try to do 6. That was a little easier than this. Stood up. All right, let's do a set and then we'll chat. I hope this is the right weight. Oh yeah, that's good. I thought that the lockouts or press outs, whatever you want to call them, would hurt my head a little bit, but no. That surprisingly did. Oh, there it is. I went pretty heavy on everything. Kind of pushed it to the pedal to the floor a little bit tonight. Well, I wouldn't say on the log ladder in the 350 for reps I did. But the football bar press outs, that has to be by far the most I've done on that. That was heavy. It sets, I'm processing right now, buffering. I was right, by the way, it was sets of 6 on that. I actually forgot like twice to look at and see how many sets it was supposed to be, how many reps. So I was right. On this one, it's sets of 7. However, I do not remember how many sets of 7. So I will record 3, and then I'll cut the camera, look at it, double check, and then finish up. So, thought I tore my shirt. All right, set 2. These feel pretty good. Was that 7 or 6? I don't really have a whole lot of lifting to talk about. I already talked a lot about what I lifted tonight, so let's talk about something else. I was going through trying to find some new songs to listen to on Spotify. I don't typically listen to music during a set for 2 reasons. One, I don't think I need it, you know. If you can do it without any hype, then you can do it probably better. You're probably stronger with a little bit of hype, you know. Good song gets you amped up, cheering, whatever it might be. That was not the case for deadlifts last week. I went for that. This week, I tried to stay pretty relaxed doing my log, because this is my philosophy here. It makes sense in my head. If you're doing 1 rep, or even 3 reps maybe, but in general, I'm applying this to like 1 rep max. Get amped up. When it's game time, go. Do it. You know, just let it go. Whatever you want to, whatever your favorite weird catchphrase is. Set the demons free. Let the animal out of the cage. Let the dogs eat. Whatever it might be. 1 rep max, go for it. Whenever you're doing a rep event, or this applies for moving events. How did I not think of that word? If it's like a max distance event or something that's going to take a little while, do not get amped up. Get amped up a little bit, you know, like the adrenaline's going to be going, but keep your breathing low. You know, don't go like trying to really get amped up. You're spiking your heart rate right there. You're getting, I don't even know what you want to call it. You're hyperventilating almost. So let me break that down. You have less of a cap. So if your heart rate starts at like, we'll say 80, it's up a little bit elevated, a little bit of adrenaline going. You have a lot higher to rise, you know, before you're at that peak where you're just like burning oxygen, burning energy. So that's what you should probably do for moving events that are going to take some time, or a rep event where you're going to be banging out, you know, 7, 8 reps, whatever it might be. Let your heart rate rise with the event. If you are doing a sprint event, you know, if it's like a yoke 50 feet and you can really motor with it, you know, like 8, 9 seconds, 10, whatever it is, amp up, go. Put it all into that 50 feet, that 8 seconds. Same thing with a deadlift. If you know, spike it. Just get amped up, go for it. And I believe that, I use that all the time. Like before the frame at OSG Regional. Amped, absolutely amped. I was like, I gotta move. So I was ready to sprint full speed, do whatever I had to do. The Husafell event, complete opposite. I took my time, kept my heart rate as low as I could, kept my breathing pretty standard, and then, let it rise with the event. You're just burning oxygen too fast if you're just like trying on these events that are going to take some time. I don't know if that's like a common theme that's been taught, or if I'm just saying stuff that everybody knows. I have no idea. That's how I do it though. So tonight I stayed fairly calm. And then there's those in-betweens, like 4 to 5 reps, or like a multi-part moving event where it's like a yoke into a frame or something. There's a little bit of an in-between there, so it's not black and white. That's my thought process on that. Let's do this last set and call the video. Too long of a rest in between there. You guys are distracting me. That hurt my head. Okay. Until next time. We got deadlifts on Wednesday. It's gonna be my last heavy deadlifts of prep. I know we're aiming for some pretty big numbers for me. Be there. Hopefully. Let me know if you're planning on being there. So until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.